Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am Lauren Konkar-Sheehy, the Executive Director of the Garden State Film Festival, and this year we're bringing to you our 24th annual festival. This year we have 205 films from over 19 countries, and we have 9 venues for the whole entire event. So we can't wait to see you in Asbury Park and also Cranford, New Jersey. Today, I'm so excited to have with us the director, writer, and producer of Memory Foam, Lubomir Zepka. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks so much for having me.
What a fantastic and fun film. How did you come up with this? But first, let's explain to everybody. When a young opera singer throws his mattress down the apartment stairs, which you have to see in the film, it's amazing. In a fit of grief, he hopes to leave behind the memories of a love that slipped away. Yet, at a dingy mattress shop, which I love, by the way, each new bed he tries pulls him deeper into the past, and we get to go through that love story. So, how did you come up with this concept, and what was it like shooting everything?
Yeah, great question. I think a big thing for me with this film, it sort of started with a pun, which is funny, in a way. But memory foam, I think, as a title, came a little bit before the actual premise of the film. There was just something about that. Um, there's just something very obvious about memories, tied to this mattress. How could there be a story in that? But then, the rest of the story sort of uncovered itself really, really quickly thereafter. I think things felt very natural. We spend so much of our lives on our beds, and oftentimes with, one romantic partner or another. It's a hugely, intimate place. And a place where we really get to know, ourselves and other people, and so it was kind of this funny way of exploring a relationship, but only through the mattress that the couple in question had shared. And the entirety of the film um, is consists of little vignettes of this relationship, um, through different seasons of this couple's life. And every experience features this bed and this mattress, and it's sort of kind of a journey through that, which I thought would be kind of an interesting thing to explore.
And you did such a great job with that. I mean, the music, the shots, the color, the location. I love the mattress salesman. He
Yeah.
was so great. And how did, like, it's just unbelievable, everything. What was it like to have with the mattress in the apartment stairwell?
Oh my goodness, the mattress in the apartment stairwell was its own little thing. We threw a mattress down the stairs, which was just uh, it was a little bit of a pain getting everything through the door and out, and making sure that the mattress was able to kind of land safely. Funny enough, the thing that was the most difficult about that was actually just making the mattress feel like it's actually falling. It sort of slides more than it collapses, and so just
Yeah.
getting a shot that felt like it had weight was a little bit tricky, but I think we ended up with something that worked. The mattress store itself that we end up going into, that dingy highway side sort of mattress store, was its own endeavor. I think it took 5 months to find a mattress store. We kept getting, we had a bunch of rounds of people, you know, saying yes and then not being able to. Something happened. Oh my goodness, there's not enough space suddenly in the mattress store. So it was a hugely long period before we found this perfect place, really. And we were very grateful for the location. And it was really wonderful that we ended up where we did. We were initially going to film it in the city, but I think having this kind of shop a little bit outside, of New York, in this, on the highway, kind of separate from everything else, I think it adds such a dreamlike layer to the whole thing, and it's just visually such an interesting place.
It was so cool. And also your timing with comedy. I love comedy. My life, I try to just be in an SNL skit every day. But how did you like, do you have a history with comedy and the timing and everything? Also, the color and the music, it all fits together so nicely. How did that come to be in your life with this, the cadence of the timing of everything?
No, thanks for the kind words. I've always, I think I enjoyed all genres, and I think that comedy, whether you're writing a drama or a romance or anything at all, I think comedy will exist in it in some form, and I think it certainly does in this story. I try to always find kind of funny moments in whatever story it is that I'm happening to tell. I think even in really dark moments or moments that are difficult, a lot of the times comedy really naturally arises. At least in our own lives, I think people oftentimes deal with difficult situations using humor or uh, encounter it sort of unexpectedly uh, in their day to day. Something is funny even if it's not necessarily supposed to be, and I think that's the kind of comedy I really aim for.
It was so great, and I love how you walk us through the love story and you see the relationship blossoming and then kind of, well, I won't give anything away, but how did you think, or who did you work with to get, the balloons, the party, all of the different scenarios in the bedroom, which was so great. And it was such a great angle too.
Mm.
But what was it like working with the crew and everybody to execute all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very lucky in the fact that I got to work with immensely talented folks on this, and people who kind of share my love for real attention to detail, in the scenes and in the kind of production design of a scene. Our production designer, Amanda Adams, was actually responsible for all of that little detail. In with the balloons and everything else. Actually, one of my favorite little details. There's a lot of things we did that I think most people probably won't catch, but we tried to really give the two characters life, Earl and Abigail, through the nightstands on their respective sides of the bed, and so the kind of objects that are appearing through each scene uh, hopefully provide a little bit of clues as to who they are. So one really fun detail we did was, you'll notice on Earl's nightstand, as the kind of scenes go by, there's like a book and there's a bookmark within that book, and that bookmark is like kind of going through that book, and then I think he switches whatever he's reading out. So then this bookmark starts kind of going through another book, and what he was reading at first ends up on Abigail's side of the bed, but that bookmark only makes it a few pages in. Uh, and
Oh, wow.
she doesn't really read the rest. So we're trying to kind of tell the story of these people, because again, we don't see them in their day to day. We only see them in their interactions together on this mattress. So our goal was really like, how can we, through all this, through the space that we have, through the kind of stage that we have, how can we like really say something about these characters? It was such a fun little thing, and Amanda was a huge part of making that happen. But and everybody else was throwing out ideas and creating a really rich scenes, which was a lot of fun.
It was so great. Also, the color, like you can tell that the details were there. Even the window, everything was really perfect. And I look forward to seeing more work from you because everything was great from beginning to end. And like I mentioned, the timing, when there's silence, when there are lines, it was great. And the mattress salesman, oh my God, that was so great. And he was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, Arthur's fantastic. We had a really great cast too. They're all dear friends of mine, and I'm very lucky to work with them, and it's incredible to see them together. And I feel like I was another just really lucky thing. I think we didn't have to work very hard to find that chemistry between everybody. I think with um, uh, with Noah, who plays Abigail, and with Richard, who plays Earl. Both Noah and Richard had a really wonderful chemistry, and with Richard and Arthur, who just have this like beautiful clash, with
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
in complete devastation, and the other being this, showman. It was so fun to watch them work together, and I think they really did an incredible job.
It was so great. And also, let's not forget the opera. How did that come to be, and what was that inspiration?
Yeah, so I think part of the story is I think without spoiling too much, it is about contending with sort of the opportunities that a city like New York may offer. Earl is a not very successful opera singer, perhaps an artist, who's sort of trying to make his way, and this relationship ends up kind of falling apart because of those ambitions. And I think that's a very New York story. I think people have experienced those kinds of loves that they have to kind of wrestle with ambition. And I think just exploring that art, that difficulty in doing any artistic work was exciting. But also, and opera is also just it is kind of funny. Opera is kind of a funny choice. Like, instead of being a painter or this or that, all of these are totally viable options, and the story could have worked. But there was something kind of humorous about the opera element of it. And this young guy, dreaming to sing opera, and I was really excited about the kind of opportunity also for how music might play into that as a film itself, and the kinds of things we can do, and the kind of opportunities that something like choosing the subject of opera would provide. And I think that worked. We got a little shot of the Met in there, which was a whole lot of fun. So I'm
It was really cool. I'm excited for everybody to see it. And will you be joining us?
I will be. I'll be there. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. So if you are coming with us Thursday, we have Meet the Filmmaker. It is at the Asbury Lanes, Thursday, March 26th. 7 p.m. is the start time. And we have a cocktail hour and then about an hour's worth of selected trailers. Friday night is our red carpet gala. Filmmakers will be walking the red carpet. The public comes in at 7. It's going to be a really fun event. It's always amazing. That's Louis. And Saturday and Sunday, we have over 42 different film blocks. So 42 different times, you can see about an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of different films. Our movie music competition is on our website. It is also on our YouTube. And when you enter the screening venues, you're going to hear the winning music playing. Memory Foam is playing Saturday, March 28th. The block code is CBR20 for the Crystal Ballroom in the Berkeley Hotel. So when you go in the Berkeley, you can take the elevator or the stairs upstairs, and you're going to go to the right. And it's a really great venue. It's really beautiful. And we're so excited to welcome you to the Garden State Film Festival family. And don't forget, get your Filmmaker breakfast and panel tickets Saturday, March 28th at 9 a.m. to 10:30 in the Asbury Lanes. We have our breakfast and panel. And the panel always sells out, so I wouldn't wait. The awards dinner also sells out. That is Sunday, March 29th at the Ocean Place Resort in Long Branch. Everything is going to be such a fun time. And this is our 24th annual festival. Can you believe it, Louis? Next year is our 25th. What the what? I can't believe it. But thank you so much. And seriously, everything was like perfect. Check the box. It was really great. And I look forward to seeing your future work. Again, the colors were strong. Everything was so rich, and the humor was on point. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody else, go to gsff.org and get your tickets today, March 26th to the 29th. Oh, and we have a matinee. I forgot. Thursday, March 26th at 1:30 to 3:15. We're going to be at the Asbury Lanes with a matinee. We have a really cool documentary about the Revolutionary War here in Monmouth County to go along with Monmouth, New Jersey 250. If you don't know, America's 250th birthday is coming up in July. So we have a whole bunch of different things to celebrate that. And Tuesday, March 24th at Brookdale Community College, we have tickets available on our website. If you're into special effects makeup, if you want to study special effects makeup, get your tickets today, and we will see everybody And thank you so much again. Your film was great. We loved it. We'll
Thanks so
see
much.
you at the movies.